Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This one, na Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, may God bless His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu, and may God bless His Excellency, the one and only, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon and Joko. For the good job you're doing, Simon, we say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you. We know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. Simon, I want to say kudos for the job you're doing. I thank you because you are somebody who was ordained for a time like this. My people, I dey vex today, and today I'm going to speak out my mind because the days of being calm and being a gentleman is gone. Today I am saying, Ohanaeze NDIGBO, you must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. Ohanaeze NDIGBO must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. My fellow Biafrans, before your eyes, since we've been telling these people, we have been telling Ohanaeze to leave Simon Ekpa alone to do the job he's doing. This same Ohanaeze, they put a bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. Ohanaeze then put a bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. Bounty means say anybody when we catch Simon Ekpa, there is a prize for you. They put money on his head. And before your eyes now, you see what is happening in Plateau State. Not only Plateau, the whole of the Middle Belt is going agog, is going a fire. The cabal, the Fulani killer headsmen, they are ready, they are rampaging, they are doing their job, and nobody is stopping them. My fellow Biafrans, if not for Simon, what is happening now in Plateau State, in the Middle Belt, in Southern Kaduna, if not for Simon Ekpa, I swear to God and man, their main plan is to make sure it starts from the land of Biafra. Because they know if they could get Biafra land, the whole of the zoo is gone. We are the stumbling block. Now we be the stubborn students waiting for that classroom. They see us as the stumbling block, which is why despite we have men protecting the land of Biafra, the Fulani government, the Fulani military, the Fulani oligarchs, they are sending their Boko Haram men dressed in Nigerian military uniform to the land of Biafra. And suddenly, those who should have the wisdom, as they say, elders for wisdom, youths for war, the so-called elders, the so-called old men, the men with their old age, men in their old age, men with gray hair, the men you think are the elders that should be giving us the wisdom, that should be impacting the wisdom on the children of Biafra, the same men are the one killing the movement. And the vex. The people that should be supporting us, thanking God that the youths that are built for war, we are ready to fight to protect the land of Biafra. We are ready to give the ghost. We are ready to die for the. Oh my God, have mercy! Hey, God, have mercy. My people, I vex. I vex well this time because this thing has to end. This nonsense has to end. These cowards must be asked to leave us alone. Ohanaeze, it is time for you to give way. It is clear that you guys are old. You are not elders. You are just old with gray hair. You are stupid. You are foolish. You cannot see what is happening in your very own land. This makes me wonder if these people, they are really Biafrans. All these so-called elders, I am beginning to suspect them that most of them, their children or their parents are Fulani. Because I don't understand how they could see what is happening. Look at the Middle Belt now. Look at the killing happening in Middle Belt. And they are here, they are dilly-dallying. Today I am saying, Ohanaeze must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. If the people of Jos have people like Simon Ekpa, if the people of the Middle Belt have Simon Ekpa, they will not be going through what they are going through. But guess what? If the people of Plateau State, if they have a man like Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu, they will not be going through what they are going through. But guess what? There is a caveat there. Guess what? The military will not be the ones to attack them. And their elders will be the one to support the military, to support the government, to attack people like Simon Ekpa if they were found in Plateau State. So today, my people, you now go watch before your eyes that even a man who was served in that zoo military, a man who was sent to Plateau State where this thing was happening in 2011, this man was sent to Plateau State. He walked and walked and walked. And now he was called to give account. And he's here, he's dilly-dallying, he's panicking, he's scared to speak through to power. He said he's scared for his job. He said he's scared for his life. He is scared to call out the Fulani cabal. Make una hear this discussion. This one happened today from Arise News, and I was so perplexed. I was in deep shock. I was in deep shock. Say a military man who claimed you have been on the front line to deal with the problem, you have discussed with all parties in this so-called issue, and when they asked you for specifics, when the interviewers, when the Arise News journalists, they asked this man for specifics, this man was scared to speak. Ohanaeze, I want you to listen to this my analysis. You must listen to this analysis. Let's go.
Strategic direction, tenacity of purpose, courage and boldness to take the necessary actions. That's all we need.
Okay, General, I get your drift, but I need specific answers. You've talked about the enemy. Who is the enemy?
Boom. Ohanaeze NDIGBO. You think Simon Ekpa is the enemy. You think Simon Ekpa is the problem. You think Simon Ekpa is the one causing a problem in the land of Biafra. I want you all, my people, to listen to this question. They asked this man, a general, the specifics. Who is the problem? Who is behind this mayhem? Who is behind this killing? Dr. Ruben Abati is asking a general who has served in Plateau State. This man was scared to speak out. Make una hear the question and make una hear his response. He was beating about the bush because the problem is bigger than him. As Simon will say, what you don't know is bigger than you. In this case, the problem of that zoo called Nigeria is bigger than this general. And when they asked him a question, he was scared to give the answer. Let's take it back. Listen, let's take it back.
Bitrus Pogu, the president of the Middle Belt Forum.
Take it back.
Strategic direction, tenacity of purpose, courage and boldness to take the necessary actions. That's all we need.
Okay, General, I get your drift, but I need specific answers. You've talked about the enemy. Who is the enemy? Bitrus Pogu, the president of the Middle Belt Forum, says that what we're dealing with is the ethnic cleansing of indigenous nationalities on the plateau who are not part of the caliphate. That's how he defines the problem. And some reports have talked about Fulani terrorists. Are they really Fulani terrorists? You were there.
Boom. Some reports are saying Fulani terrorists, but he's smart. He now said, are they really Fulani terrorists? Being a journalist, he has to be balanced. Ohanaeze NDIGBO, I want you to listen to this interview. Listen to what this man will say as his answer. Listen.
You said you spoke to all sides involved. Can you help us identify the sides involved in the crisis on the plateau? Because you used the phrase, you spoke to all sides involved. Can you identify those sides? And also help us identify the enemy?
Boom! Can you please identify all sides involved and also to identify the enemy? Because you said previously you have spoken to all sides involved. My people, I took my time to give you the main points, the key points to this man interview, because it was too long. So I took all the key points, I recorded them, and I want you to listen to them. This man that was boasting about 10 minutes ago did not ask him for specifics, the key points of those who are responsible. Make una hear the response from this man.
Because that may take us closer to understanding the problem.
Dr. Avati, we know the enemy.
No,
let me put it this way. When I say I spoke to all sides, like I said, the challenge is multidimensional. It's multi-pronged, multi-tracked, multifaceted. Now let's try and unlock and untie some of the knots. Now, number one, we hear things like herders farmers clashes on the plateau and some other part of the north central of Nigeria. We hear things like cattle rustling, things like land grabbing. All of these are part of the issues. There is no doubt about that. Now, if you look at those areas that are just being attacked, it is the same general area that have been attacked over and over and over again. Okay, and some of the land, some of the places I know by first hand, I've trekked to walk there, run around the hills there severally while I was commander on the ground. And some of the small villages, I know them, first hand. And you will see what are the points of attraction for the adversary there. Okay, and the indigenous know. They know who is killing them. They know. These things have been said again and again and again. And as I say, what is left is the courage to take a decisive action. To say, no, this evil must not be left to continue. Okay? A lot part of those places are even been occupied over the years. The indigenous have been driven out. And some of the places, even the names of the villages have been changed. So there is no secret.
Hold on, sir. They asked this man a question, but now he's beating about the bush. But he just made one key point here. He said, a lot of this place, when they chase people away from those places, when they kill them, not even chase, when they kill them, they come back. The Fulani come back and they come with people to settle in those places. In those villages, in those lands. When they settle in those lands, they now change the name of the land. I'm going to ask you a question. For those based in Lagos, can you change the name of a street by yourself without approval from the government? The answer is no. But in this case, to show you that what the Fulani headsmen are doing has been assented. It means that it has been signed, it has been agreed, it has been dotted, or it has been signed on the dotted line. The approval is coming from above. The Fulani Caliphate, those who still uphold the vision of Usman Dan Fodio, they have given them the blueprint. They have told them, go and take over that land. The land is yours. Kill whoever you find in that land, and the land is yours. Ohanaeze NDIGBO, I hope you are all hearing this. People in Plateau have nobody like Simon Ekpa. People in Plateau, they have nobody like Nnamdi Kanu. But because God loved the people of Biafra, they gave us somebody like Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. And you, Ohanaeze, and the governors, you sold your son. You sold out the person who God has ordained to protect the land of Biafra. When those in the Middle Belt were sleeping, when those in Plateau State were sleeping, when those in Benue State were sleeping, when those in Southern Kaduna, they were taking a nap, they were having their siesta. Nnamdi Kanu from the mountaintop, he told us, they are coming. They are coming. They are coming. The Fulani cabal are coming. I need men. I need bullets. I need guns. He was crying from the mountaintop like the prophet of old. He told us they were coming, they were coming, they were coming. And unfortunately, people like the Ohanaeze, they called him a small boy. They insulted him. They called him a warmonger. They called him a warmonger. Nnamdi Kanu ran to America to speak to those in America. Those who are enjoying their burger, their KFC, their McDonald's. He went to them telling them that the Fulani killer headsmen, they are coming to the land of Biafra to take over our land. And they called him a small boy. They called him a small boy. They said he's a child, that he was born before the war, so he knows nothing about war. They told him, young man, if you need a job, come to America. There is a job here for you. Do not disturb Allah Biafra. Do not disturb the southeast. It is peaceful. It is the most peaceful place in the land of Nigeria. That's so-called Nigeria. They say Biafra is the most peaceful. It is loving. It is a nice place. They want to come for holiday in Biafra land. So do not partake in any so-called war. Nobody is coming, they told him. But before your eyes, since 2012 and now, you see what is happening. Those in Middle Belt, they are crying. They have no Messiah to help them. Those in Plateau, in Benue, those in Southern Kaduna, they have nobody to help them. They have no savior. They have no Messiah. The one they have turned to now is Mazi Simon Ekpa, the man who was destined to do the job of Biafra. He's still the one who have submitted himself to save the people of the Middle Belt. As we speak, we have at least 20,000 strong men who have volunteered to join the movement in the Middle Belt. As we speak, we are hoping to have at least 50,000 strong men and women who will come out to dedicate their life to protect the land of the Middle Belt. For Biafra, we are safe. Biafra, we are protected. Biafra, we have men on ground. The only problem we have with Biafra is Ohanaeze. The only problem we have in the land of Biafra is our so-called politicians. The only problem we have in Biafra are the so-called governors. They are the ones slowing us down. But before your eyes, a military man who was served in Plateau, where the killings happen, he is scared to pick out those who are responsible. They asked him a specific question. Give us the names of those who are responsible. And you see this man here now, he is dilly-dallying. He is perambulating. He is beating about the bush. He is trying to be more clever. He wants to dance around the question. Make una hear the way this man go respond to the question they asked him. All they said was, tell us those who are responsible. Give us the name. They said it is the Fulani, or is it the Fulani? Tell us who are responsible. A military man is scared to speak truth to power in that zoo. But Ohanaeze, they cannot see it. They say elders for wisdom. They say the men with gray hair for wisdom. They say if you are from 60 years and above, you are an elder. Elder for wisdom and the youth for war. In the case of Biafra, Ohanaeze, they have let us down. Ohanaeze, you must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. Make una listen. Let's continue.
About these things, they know. They know. And so, it doesn't need to come out of my mouth before it is, does it need any reinforcing of those statements and of those things that have been unveiled already? No.
A coward here is saying the answer does not need to come out from his mouth. This is a military man who served in Plateau where it happened, I believe, since 2011 up till 2023. He was there. a man who served there. They are now asking him, based on your experience, can you tell us who are responsible? You said you have written some books about those responsible. You said you have spoken with all parties involved. He said, he claimed, he was boasting. 10 minutes prior to this point, he was boasting that he has spoken to all the parties involved. That when he was active in Plateau State, he spoke with all the parties involved causing this mayhem. Dr. Ruben Abati now asked him to be more specific. And now he's saying, must it come out from my mouth? Must I say it? You all know the answer. You all know who is responsible. Must I say it with my mouth? That is what this man is saying. Sit back and relax and listen to this man. Mind you, this man was a general. This man was somebody who was sent to the front line to discuss and deal with all the parties. Hear the way he is dancing about, because he has seen that the problem at hand is bigger than him. What he saw was bigger than him. My people, make una hear this one.
No, it is. And to tell you this, the adversary is so unrelenting that every opportunity to further their cause, they will take it. And the rest of us are just keep talking. We just keep talking. It doesn't stop them, because they know we will talk and move on, and they will, gain more ground and wait for the next opportunity, and it's going to happen again.
Boom! The rest of us keep on talking. We keep talking. We keep talking. And when we talk, they know we will talk. When we finish talking, everything will continue. And the next thing, they will go to the next ground and the next ground, and they will keep on going again. Ohanaeze NDIGBO, lend me your ears. Lend me your ears. You claim you have wisdom. You claim you are the elders of Biafra land. But a young man like Nnamdi Kanu saw this before you all. A young man like Nnamdi Kanu, you called him a small boy. In 2011, he saw this. In 2012, he saw this. What a coincidence. This man was sent to Plateau in 2011. And Nnamdi Kanu, he formed IPOB in 2012. Even though he was very active in 2011. He saw this from afar. He told you they were coming. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. The Fulani killer headsmen with their cow and AK-47. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. He told us they were coming. But Ohanaeze, those who claim they are the men with the wisdom, those who claim they were the rulers and the leaders of Biafra land, they betrayed us. I said today you must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. Ohanaeze must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. You have betrayed Biafra. The men who are still protecting the land of Biafra, the men who are still keeping Biafra safe, you are still busy attacking them. You put a bounty on the head of Mazi Simon Ekpa. It makes me to wonder, why would you crucify the person who is protecting the land? It's only done to us, only us all the time. When Chief Sunday Igboho was active, the elders of Yoruba land, they loved him. They loved him. They were happy they had a champion. But when our brother, our leader, Nnamdi Kanu was active, you all betrayed him. You all connived with the governors and you kidnapped your son from Kenya. A man on holiday in Kenya because of the weather. He went to Kenya for the weather because he couldn't come to Nigeria. He went to Kenya for the weather and you all blackmailed him. And you sold Nnamdi Kanu to the caliphate. The same caliphate who is telling the Boko Haram, the Fulani headsmen to take and conquer the land of the Middle Belt. Is the same people you sold your son to. And suddenly, Ganduje, the man they call Gandola, you have made him Agune Chamber of NDIGBO. I'm coming to that video, I think, tomorrow. Charles Soludo, it happened in Anambra State. Charles Soludo, what were you doing? You allowed Ganduje, a man who has been the robber, a killer of his people, a criminal, a fraudster, a man seen with video with money, dollars. You called him the agony chamber of NDIGBO. Do you know the meaning of agony chamber? Agu means lion. Nechemba, the protector of the land. It means the lion that protects the land. Agu Nechemba. You called Ganduje, Gandola, Agu Nechemba of Ndigbo. Charles Soludo, your own is tomorrow. Thank your God that I'm so busy. This whole week I've been very, very busy. I'm coming for you because I saw what happened. I saw the pictures. Ganduje, a criminal, a fraudster. What an insult. You made him Agune Chamber of Ndigbo. You see him? When we say this men, they have the DNA of the Fulani, you people think we are joking. Ganduje of all people, they made him the Agune Chamber. It means he is the lion that protects the land of Biafra. Hey, God have mercy. Well, I digress. Let's get back to this man. Let's get back to this man. Hear the way this man is speaking. A man who was sent on an assignment since 2011 till 2023. Now they are asking him for specifics. And he is scared to speak and tell the names of those who are responsible. He's scared. He's scared to speak. You will hear the way this man say, please, now leave me alone. I cannot say these things. I am scared for my job. Oh, God have mercy. God have mercy. They put their job before the life of the people. They put where they make their money before the welfare, the life of their people. That shows you Nigeria is not one. This man is a Yoruba man. No disrespect to him. But what if this was happening in his village? Will he not give out names of those who are responsible? That's the problem of your one Nigeria. As long as you are a stakeholder with less influence, you don't care. As long as what is happening is not happening in your state, you don't give a damn. As long as it is not affecting your family, you want everything to continue the way it is. As you were, continue the way it is. I don't give a damn. I want to protect my job. I will give out no names. Listen to the way this man was speaking, my people. And it will blow your mind. They ask him for specific questions, and he's scared to specify his answers. Very, very sad. Let's continue.
We have not done anything different.
All right. General Ayoola, I don't understand that you don't want to hit the nail on the head. You're being careful with your responses. But in order for us to get, a lot of substance from this interview, we do need you to mention, no assumptions around the fact that people know these things. It might surprise you to know that people don't know these things, or perhaps people want to confirm these things from an authority like yourself who served as commander of Safe Haven operations. First question I'd like to ask you, based again on what Dr. Beatrice said, Mahanga forest, what's the significance of this forest as being the hideout of insurgents? And then number two, he said that the government is complicit because they know that the insurgents are hiding in this forest and they have sophisticated weapons, including weapons. Yet the government has not done anything to fish out the insurgents, knowing where they operate from and knowing where their base is from. I'm sure you must know about Mahanga forest as, when you were in Plateau State. What happened? Why is it difficult for the government to go in there, or security agencies to go in there and fish out these insurgents? Why is it so difficult? Is it complicity? Is it the fact that they're looking away? Again, it then brings back that question of the fact that 2 days and security agencies couldn't address this. It sounds incredulous. 2 days, they There's an operation there. Were they on holiday? And that's why Dr. Wasi asked earlier that were they on holiday? Had they gone home to their family? Is there a break for the military? It doesn't add up. And these are questions that need answers, definite answers. What's going on in Mahanga Forest? Why has the government not taken decisive action? When you were commander, what did you do to fish out these insurgents? And did it work? And if it didn't, why?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start by clarifying and so many things. When you hear people who have not been to the ground say some of these things, you laugh. There is really nowhere called Mahanga Forest. There is a Mahanga, it's not a forest. It's a very plain ground. It's within the edge of the boundary between Rayon and towards the side of Barkenladi. It's somewhere close to Makoli, Akruk, and Kura Falls. Around after Marseille and Song and all that general area, that's where Mahanga. When I was there, basically what is in Mahanga is just a small settlement of, predominantly Fulani. That's the settlement that is there. It's not a forest. So when I hear
say it the way it is, sir. Say it the way it is. Stop all this stupid semantics. It can be a forest, it can be a city, it can be whatever. Mahanga is Mahanga. Stop all this semantics. Oh, it is not a forest, it's just one village. Who is staying there? Who are those staying in that place? That's the question. God have mercy. He's here now playing the semantics. Oh, Mahanga is not a forest. It's one small village. People are staying there. The Fulani. Call a spade and tell us, okay, that Mahanga, it is actually a settlement, where the Fulani, they are staying there. That's all you say. Don't come and play some of this thing here. I beg.
It's a Mahanga forest, unless they are talking of somewhere else. But it is a Mahanga that I know, that I've been to physically, that I've trekked through the place, that I've addressed the people there, and I've had meetings with the residents there. It's not a forest. It's one plain ground. That's one or two small hills around it. That's all. Okay, so there's really nowhere called Mahanga forest, not within the plateau that I know.
So what's the significance of Mahanga? What's the significance? According to Dr. Beatrice, that is the hideout. So what is the significance of it? Whether it's a forest, a plain, a hill, what's the significance?
Yeah, let me explain it. Like I said, it's predominantly a Fulani settlement. In fact, simply put, it's a Fulani settlement. Of course, in that general area, there are all kinds of small settlements here and there, And that's not the only predominantly Fulani settlement within, Rayon, all the entire, gamut of.
Hey, now see the way a general they panic, they perambulate, they panic to speak to the power. Hey, God have mercy. See the way he's explaining, he's blabbing, he's beating about the bush. Hey, my God. Huh? He's here explaining, trying to make it sound more general. It's not that place, so not that place alone, but but here, safe. Yeah, this is what. Hey, God have mercy, Simon. At this point, I really want to thank you for the job you are doing for us in the land of Biafra. We are organized people. The Biafra Republic government in exile, all the cabinet members, I want to thank you all, because if not for you all, I swear to God and man, this thing will be happening live in the land of Biafra. And even the media will not speak about it. The media will not speak about it. That's 160 died in Plateau and they're talking about it. In the land of Biafra, they've been killing us. Operation Python Dance. Tell me if any TV picked it up. Arise News, did they pick it up? No. Python Dance 1, 2, 3, did they pick it up? No. So oh my God. God, man, I just don't know. I don't get it sometimes. I just don't get it, because you try to explain to the people, but people still say they hate Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is the problem. Simon Ekpa is a criminal. Simon Ekpa this, Simon Ekpa that. They see the handwriting on the wall. They still blame Simon Ekpa. They still hate Nnamdi Kanu. When they see what is happening all across Nigeria, that zoo called Nigeria, you see what is happening there, you still blame Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. You should ask yourself, why is this not happening in the land of Biafra? Why is what is happening now not happening in the land of Biafra? How come in the land of Biafra that we have men to protect us, all the military, they are packing themselves like sardine in the land of Biafra? Ask yourself those questions. The only place where the Fulani killer headsmen cannot penetrate in the land of Biafra, suddenly you have military men with their aircraft, their bomber jet, everything, they are trooping into the land of Biafra. Ask yourself why. Plateau State, where you have Boko Haram, they are killing people now, there is no military people there. They were making phone calls, SOS, save my soul. More than 40 calls came through, and the police, the military, they did nothing in Plateau State. Boko Haram men in their bikes, more than 500 bikes were being raiding all across Plateau State, and there was no checkpoint. No checkpoint. But in the land of Biafra, every 100-mile, meter, you are seeing checkpoints everywhere. Yet the Ohanaeze, they blame Simon Ekpa. The governors of the southeast, they blame Simon Ekpa. Even now, the senators, those we thought they were our person, those we thought they have empathy for us, those we thought they were showing us solidarity, Abari Bay and the rest of them, they've turned a new leaf, attacking the same person who is protecting them. And you ask yourself, why? If people in Plateau have somebody like Simon Ekpa, they will see him as a god on earth. They will glorify him as a god on earth, because they will know there is somebody called Simon Ekpa who is protecting their land from the Fulani killer headsmen. But because God blessed Biafra, they gave you Nnamdi Kanu, they gave you Simon Ekpa, they gave you Ojukwu. But at the end, you same people, you keep on betraying your leaders. You keep on betraying your freedom fighters. Do you love what is happening in the Middle Belt? Do you love what is happening in Plateau State, in Benue State? You name it. God have mercy, God have mercy, my God. Let's just continue. God.
And all the way from MAS5ACRE Junction, when you enter Rayon from that side, there is really no particular settlement where you don't have some elements of other Hausa Fulani community or cattle rearers. Like in one of the meetings I had while I was there, it became very clear that this relationship has been symbiotic in the past, where the headers come, the Ardo is the Fulani chief within a local setting anywhere. We take a header that comes with his cattle, introduce him to the chief, the indigenous chief, to say, oh, our brother has come. He needs a place to rear. And don't forget it was seasonal always. This seasonal like that when this movement happened, that it needs.
Did some of them work and did some not work? I want you to answer that. But I'd like to tell you this, General. Yeah, I see it's been a struggle for you to shoot straight. But let me tell you, maybe this will sink in. Me and you both have blood on our hands. For every blood that is shed in that area, and we have not been able to speak up as much as possible, God will ask us, what did you do in the face of this? And I want you to think about that strongly. This blood shed in Plateau today over Christmas is both on our hands as we speak. It's both on our hands.
See how this man, he's worried. You've got blood in your hands, and look at him, he's panicking. He's sweating. He's looking up and down. He's looking up and down, screaming, my Lord and my God. Look at him, looking up into the cloud. He's got blood in his hands. Look at him, he's looking up. Ohanaeze, this is something we are trying to solve in the land of Biafra. But you also have blood in your hands. For those that have killed, those that you allowed the Nigerian military to come and kill, those you allowed to die in your hands, you've got their blood in your hands. Listen to Rufai Oseni go philosophical to this man and hear what this man will say at the end. It will surprise you. Let's take it back. Listen to what this man will say. Listen.
But let me tell you, maybe this will sink in. Me and you both have blood on our hands. For every blood that is shed in that area, and we have not been able to speak up as much as possible, God will ask us, what did you do in the face of this? And I want you to think about that strongly. This blood shed in Plateau today over Christmas is both on our hands as we speak. It's both on our hands. And I want to ask you this. You said you had written a document and you had touted some solutions. You know some of the actors here. I know for the sake of your job, you might not want to spill a lot, but I just want you to think through that. With blood on our hands this morning, how can we truly solve this? Because we've got blood on our hands. I've got blood on my hands. You've got blood on your hands. We all have blood on our hands as Nigerians as we speak this morning.
Thank you, my brother Rufai. Thank you so much for trying very hard. I appreciate that. But let me put it this way. I told you what I did when I was there. It worked for the period. But like I said, when you're dealing with an unrelenting adversary, you do not only need a tenacity or purpose in pursuing the solution. You need to have a sustainable solution, because you're talking of an adversary that is willing to wear you out. And when you're dealing with, don't forget, we are not talking, it's not a military operation, really. I mean, it's true sense. So it's not like, and the adversary you're dealing with, they are not like in uniform, you can identify them. But of course, we know there's a standing, ideology, identity, interests, agenda, and all of that. So, of course, the operatives and the instruments being used to further them are not just singly definable somewhere, and so you can take them up somewhere. No, but there is so much you can do as an individual. Don't forget, I remember when the governor spoke that first time, like that I referred to. I could see his determination to bring solution to his people on the plateau. But does he have the power? Does he have the instrument? The coercive instrument? Does he have what it takes to bring that? No. The answer is no. So what I'm saying is, whatever I say, there's nothing I'm saying now that I've not said before. Not once, not twice, not for the often time. So what has it changed? So how does saying it again make any difference? What have I not said?
But General,
yes,
the blood flow, the bloods are speaking, the bloods of those people too are speaking. We should never forget that. General, I get you. You've talked ad nauseum, you're tired, but the blood of those people that never celebrate Christmas too are speaking. They're speaking to all of us.
Yes. If you know the danger, the risk, the vulnerability I've exposed myself to.
Boom. If you know the danger, the risk, and vulnerability I've exposed myself to. If you know the danger, the risk, and vulnerability I've exposed myself to. This is a man who has been in the front line, speaking this way. Danger from who? Risk from who? Vulnerability from who? Ohanaeze NDIGBO, I hope you are hearing this. There is danger. There is risk and vulnerability for those who are even trying to solve the problem. You keep saying you believe in the federal government. You keep going to beg the federal government. Can you hear what this man is saying? A man who has been in the front line since 2011, talking about danger, risk, and vulnerability that he has exposed himself to. Hi, my people now, wow, God have mercy. Let's just continue.
In pursuing this thing, I move around. I've talked to elder statesmen. Apart from coming on TV, I've been everywhere. I've talked to elder statesmen on all sides. Short of giving up, which I'm not configured to do, not by my setup, my training and exposure. There is no giving up about anything until solution is.
Okay, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Thank you for saying it. He is short of giving up. A man who was trained as a military man in that zoo. He has done all what he could. And now he is short of giving up. My fellow Biafrans, at this point, if you think a man who is a general, he's saying he's at the point of giving up. He has tried everything. He has spoken to all the so-called stakeholders in that zoo called Nigeria to solve this problem, but they said no. That land belongs to us. Nigeria belongs to us. Nigeria was promised to us. Usman Dan Fodio was doing the conquest until Britain slowed him down. Technically, Britain slowed Usman Dan Fodio because they came from the north with their Islam. They were coming down. And the British government slowed them. But while slowing them down, they told them, calm down because, we are still discussing this thing. And guess what? You are born to rule. So just calm down. Let us discuss as men. And from there, they planted the seed of discord that we all know about. So if a military man is here saying, he's at the point of giving up. Ohanaeze, who else are you expecting to solve the problem? Ohanaeze NDIGBO, who else are you expecting to solve the problem? If a military man who was sent to the front line is saying he has done all he could as a man, as a military man, he has done everything humanly possible, and he's at the point of giving up. My Lord and my God, my fellow Biafrans, I'm saying Ohanaeze must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. They must atone for their sins because they were responsible for the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. They must atone for their sins for putting the bounty on the head of Simon Ekpa. They must atone for their sins. They must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. As I wrap this one up, I want to say to my Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown, they say. I will be a liar if I tell you this job is going to be easy. Yes, we praise you every day. We thank you. We glorify you. I praise the God, in fact, I bless the day you were born and all that stuff. Yes, we do all that. But I still know that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I know about those sleepless nights, my brother. It's not easy. You have the whole of Biafra on your shoulders. You are doing your best possible. Yet those who you call your brothers, your kinfolks, they are still the ones stabbing you at the back, blackmailing you, tarnishing your image, giving you a bad name, trying to tarnish your reputation. Simon Ekpa, today, tonight, this afternoon, this morning, it depends from where you're listening for me. I want to say the God we serve, the God of Biafra, will never lay upon you a load too heavy to carry. God will never lay upon you a load too heavy to carry. I know the weight of Biafra is too much right now, my brother Simon. But the God we serve, the God of Biafra, will never lay upon you a load too heavy to carry. You are doing a good job because the grace of God is upon you. From the day you were born, your parents knew who you were. They knew you were destined for something, which was why they put that offer on your neck. As a Biafran man, I know you know the meaning of offer. When a child is born and there's an offer on the neck of that child, it means that child was here before. They were here before and they came back to complete a mission. My PM, I appreciate you. We thank you. And we want to say, may the good God continue to guide you. I keep telling you, Simon, my eyes is clear. If not for you, our people back home by now, they'll be in IDP camp. If not for you, the land that we knew called Biafra, the land we call our ancestral homes will be gone. If not for you, Simon, what is happening in Plateau State, in Southern Kaduna, in Benue, Middle Belt, it will be a child's play if it was to happen in the land of Biafra. They are angry, the Fulani Caliphate. They are angry, the Fulani Cabal. They are angry with Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they planned a perfect game. Their game was to take over the land of Biafra, put in their governors, people like Hope Uzodinma and the rest of them, stooges, men who will bow down and give them land and order. They were ready. They came prepared. Unknown to them that there was a man who God also blessed, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He saw what they were doing and he told us before they said it or before they did it. He told us they were coming, the military men were coming, the Fulani, they were coming, and they came. And they got so angry. They bribed those around him, the DOS, the rest of them. They bribed them and they now sold their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the price was cheap. But we thank God for COVID-19. I keep saying it, even though people died. We thank God for COVID-19 because for the first time when COVID-19 came, some of us who were busy building the empire of the white man, we were busy making the land of the white man to be great. Some of us during COVID-19, we had to sit back. We had to sit down at home. It was mandatory that we sat back at home. It was mandatory that you worked from home. And for the first time, we were now busy on social media. It now meant I was able to hear the gospel of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for the first time, someone like me, I'm speaking for myself. I did speak for myself. I heard the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and I said, wow, what's going on there? Biafra again? What's happening in Nigeria? Because people like me then, I have washed my hands off Nigeria. My father told me what happened to him and my father was so vexed the way they stole all his properties. All his abandoned properties. Somebody ran for his life and when he came back after 3 years, you said they were abandoned properties. Hey, God have mercy. And when I heard the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for the first time, I was at home due to the lockdown of COVID-19. I heard his gospel. I responded by sharing his gospel to my friends, my colleagues. And some of them, they liked what they heard. But the only problem back then is when we hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then we'll now hear those he called the DOS. Their level of, let me not say it because, it's not about education, but they were a bit, their capacity was not on par with that of Nnamdi Kanu. They lacked the capacity. They said they believe in command and control. Command and control means slave, obey your master. It means somebody who is not on your level. They will tell you, because it's command and control, you must obey me. You must do as I say. I said, no. I cannot fall for that rubbish. I don't believe in command and control. I believe in you stepping up as a man. You come up with a business case, you come with an argument, and you defend your argument. You debate the points, the key points of your argument, and let the best argument stand. Not command and control. Somebody who is a level 6, grade school, somebody with primary school education will come and tell me about command and control. That is slave, obey your master. I command you, you must do as I say. That is slave, obey your master. Perhaps that's the only mistake our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, did, that he believed those he called the DOS, and he gave them the power of command and control. Men who are not on his own caliber, men who are not up to him intellectually, he gave them the power of command and control. Riffraff, scallywags. Men beneath me, they are telling me about command and control. I said, no. I'm not ready for this rubbish. So I waited. I said, no. I love the gospel from Nnamdi Kanu, but his men, they call the DOS. I don't like the way they flow. I don't believe in this command and control, because command and control means somebody can tell you, I command you to do this, and you will do it without thinking. That is slave, obey your master. I said, no. So I fell back. I was watching, observing, and appreciating the job of Nnamdi Kanu, but not the DOS. And then suddenly, oh God have mercy. Woo! Suddenly, I saw a young man. A man of my age grade, a man who was confident of himself, a man who is always smiling, but deep inside, he knows his capacity, he knows his onion. I saw the man called Mazi Simon Ekpa, and I'm like, wow, who is this guy? Okay. And when I heard he did not take oaths, when I heard he doesn't believe in their so-called command and control, then I said, okay, this guy is thinking like me. And I saw the blackmail of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They were blackmailing him. And I said, okay, this is the guy. And when I heard the final gospel from our leader, when he told us to listen to Simon Ekpa and share his videos, because Simon is coming with a new dimension, I was like, wow, my God, have mercy. I liked what I was hearing. And in the 11th hour before our leader was kidnapped, he told us how he prayed in the private. And now he was making his prayer in the public. He cried out and said, Papa, I have prayed to you in the private. And today I am praying to you in the public. Papa, I need men. I said men, not women. I need men who were born for this job. In their mother's womb, they knew the assignment. Then, that was the deviation. That was the day Nnamdi Kanu moved away from the DOS. Because Jesus Christ had his 12 disciples. There was never a time he said he needed new followers. What he said to his disciples was, go ye into the world and spread the news. So if Nnamdi Kanu was still with the DOS, he would have said to the DOS, I am telling you, go out there and share this gospel. Let it be known. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He was praying in the private about having new men, about having new people around him, about having people who are visionaries, visionaries around him. He was praying in the private. And God told him, look, I have answered your prayer. But the problem is, you prayed in the private. If they kidnap you now, nobody will make your prayer to be a prophecy. So I want you to say this prayer in the public. When you say it in the public, it will be done and dusted. Sometimes you must know when to say your prayer in the public to make it a prophecy. Because when you say it in the private, when the answer comes, there will be no proof, no reference point. Say, no, it's a lie. He never asked for men. We have the DOS. There was never a time Nnamdi Kanu asked for anybody. We have the DOS, the command and control. And that could have killed the Biafra movement. Because those he had with him, the DOS, they were part of those that blackmailed him, that sold him out. God could see everything on the wall. So God said, I have heard your prayers, but I will not respond yet until you go to the public. And in the 11th hour, Nnamdi Kanu came out live on radio. Nobody knew he was going to say it. Live on radio, he said, Papa, I have prayed to you in the private. And now I am coming out in the public. Lord have mercy. That prayer is a prayer I'll be doing going forward. Praying in the public. Not just for the sake of praying in the public, but to make it as a prophecy. You pray in the public. After you have prayed in the private, you must learn to pray in the public. Ekweme, as you talk, it happen. Ekweme. Oh my God, have mercy. And when he prayed in the public, I said, okay, Nnamdi Kanu has given me the green light. When he said he wanted men. And Simon came out and said, if you need men, I will make your job easier. You say you need 100 men. I will make your job easier because in me, I am 50 in 1. Oh my God. When I heard that one, I said, okay, I have finally met my match. I have met a man who believes he's a lion. He called himself the dragon. I said, okay, I have finally met my match. I want to know this man they call Simon Ekpa. And the more I know him, I see a reflection of me. As God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness. The more you know Simon Ekpa, you will see the truth in him. You will see the fun in him. He's a man who loves to have fun. He's a jovial guy. Even though he's nice, don't mistake his kindness for weakness. People make that mistake all the time. They see me, I'm smiling, and I'm making them too happy. We are going out, I'm singing for them, they are happy. But anybody who see my kindness for weakness have made the biggest mistake of their life. That's why all my friends and colleagues, they respect me. They know there is a line you don't cross. If you cross that line, I will spank you, then I will calm you down. There is a line you don't cross. Which is why I love the dragon. And I came out before you all were still scared to speak. I said, I am a disciple of Mazi Ekpa Simon and Joko. From day one. Before the Autopilot days. I said it way back. Go and check your records. The same way Simon is a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am a disciple of Mazi Ekpa Simon and Joko. I rest my case. So Ohanaeze, you must apologize to Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because what is happening today in Benue, what is happening in Plateau, what is happening in southern Kaduna, all across the north, the Christian parts of the north, what is happening there by now? If they had their chance to come into the land of Biafra, it would have been worse. Mind you, Ohanaeze, mind you, when they killed somebody told me in my comment, 6.2 million Biafrans, the Zoom media did not report it. They killed 100,000. They did not report it. They killed 1 million. It wasn't reported. They killed 2 million. It wasn't reported. They killed 3 million, 4 million, Kwashoko, 5 million. People are dying. In the land of Biafra, the Nigerian media did not report it. That's to let you know that if not for Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, by now, if the Fulani cabal have their way to take over the land of Biafra, by now, we'll be crying, we'll be shouting, we'll be in the IDP camp, and the media will not report it. Somebody told me just last week that they are after the red soil of Biafra land. I will do my research on that. They said China saw something about the soil, not even the oil now, the soil, the red soil, the red sand of Biafra land. They said it's a resource. That's the news story in town now. We they hear Kebu say the red sand of Biafra land is a resource. It is precious. China has seen it. So they told the cabal, say, come, go and take that land because the soil, the red sand, the aja, the red sand is a resources. I'm still doing my research. But we they hear some Kebu say, our sand, now resources. That red sand, now resources. We they hear the Kebu. I rest my case. From me, from here, for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain Biafra Superstars Media. God bless you.